Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tech Curiosity Stream. Today we're diving into generative AI, a technology that feels like science fiction, but it's very real. It's changing creativity, intelligence, and what it means to be human. We're going on a journey to understand this phenomenon, starting with the basics. We'll explore its applications in art, music, and writing. Our goal is to make this complex topic accessible and exciting. By the end, you'll have a solid understanding of generative AI and its capabilities. So buckle up as we dive into this digital rabbit hole. Let's start with a simple question. What if you could describe any image you can imagine in vivid detail and have it appear on your screen in seconds? An astronaut riding a horse on Mars, in the style of Van Gogh. A photorealistic image of a city made entirely of glass. Or what if you could ask a machine to write you a poem, a song, or even a short story based on a simple idea? This isn't a hypothetical future I'm describing. This is happening right now, thanks to generative AI. It represents a fundamental shift in how we interact with technology. It's not just a tool for calculating or organizing data anymore, it's a creative partner. For decades we've thought of computers as logical, rule-based machines. They were good at math, at sorting spreadsheets, and at following instructions with perfect precision. If you wanted them to do something, you had to program every single step. There was no room for ambiguity, no spark of imagination, but generative AI flips that entire concept on its head. It's a different kind of intelligence. It's an AI that doesn't just analyze or classify information that already exists. It's something entirely new. It generates original content that has never been seen before based on the vast amounts of data it has learned from. This shift from analytical AI to generative AI is precisely why it's so exciting. It opens up a universe of possibilities that were previously unimaginable. Think about it. An architect could generate hundreds of building designs in minutes. A musician could collaborate with an AI to create new melodies and harmonies. A writer could overcome writer's block by asking an AI for plot ideas. It's like having an infinitely knowledgeable and tirelessly creative assistant at your beck and call, ready to brainstorm with you 24/7. This isn't about replacing human creativity, it's about augmenting it, supercharging it in ways we're only just beginning to understand. But this creative explosion also brings a sense of wonder, and honestly, a little bit of unease. How can a machine be creative? Is it true creativity, or is it just a highly sophisticated form of mimicry? What does it mean for artists, writers, and musicians when an AI can produce work that is indistinguishable from, or even better than, a human's? These are the fascinating, complex questions that sit at the heart of the generative AI revolution. And they are exactly the kinds of questions we love to explore here. So let's start our journey to find some answers. First up, what exactly this thing called generative AI? Let's break it down. Let's get right into it. What is generative AI? To really get it, we first need to understand analytical AI. Analytical AI is like a super smart calculator, but it can't come up with a new math problem on its own. Generative AI, on the other hand, is a whole different beast. It doesn't just analyze or categorize things that already exist, it creates, it generates. A generative model could create a picture of a brand new, never-before-seen cat for you. You give it a prompt, a starting idea, and it generates something original from scratch. It's a fundamental leap from recognition to creation, and that's the key. This ability to create is what makes it feel so magical. These models are trained on mind-bogglingly huge amounts of data, learning the underlying patterns. It's not just a calculator, it's a pattern-recognizing, reality-simulating, content-creating engine. We've established that this AI creates new things. That's why it's called generative. The term generative means having the power to generate, originate, produce, or reproduce. This separates these models from their predecessors. Older AI predicted a single correct answer. Generative AI thrives on possibility. If you ask it to write a story, there isn't one single correct answer. There are infinite possibilities. The AI's job is to generate one from an ocean of potential options. It has to create something coherent, creative, and aligned with your prompt. This generative capability transforms the computer into an active participant. It's a paradigm shift. It's not just finding answers, it's using data as inspiration to dream up new ideas. So, how does an AI learn to be so creative? How does it go from being a blank slate to being able to write a poem or design a building? The process is all about training on massive data sets, but honestly, the how is what's truly fascinating. It's not about memorizing. If it just memorized everything, it could only spit back things it had already seen, which isn't very creative at all. Instead, it learns the essence of the data. It learns the deep-down patterns and concepts. It builds a kind of abstract internal representation. So in a way, you could say we're teaching these models to dream. We show them our world, our art, our stories, our knowledge, and they build their own internal version of it. When we give them a prompt, we're essentially asking them to explore their internal map of concepts and bring back something new. It's a digital, data-driven form of imagination. And it's this very ability to generate the unexpected that makes this technology so incredibly interesting to explore. Generative AI learns from data using a structure called a neural network, an idea inspired by the human brain. Instead of biological cells, it's layers of interconnected nodes or neurons, each processing information and passing it along. The first layers spot simple features, edges, colors, while deeper layers combine these into complex patterns, like eyes or fur. By the end, the network can confidently say, "That's a cat," based on all the features it's detected. This deep, layered approach is why it's called deep learning. For generative models, the process can run in reverse, starting with the concept of cat. The network generates an image by building up the right features. It's not copying, it's creating, like a painter imagining a face and then painting it from scratch. This architecture lets AI handle the messy, nuanced data of the real-world language, images, sounds. With millions of connections, neural networks can find subtle patterns and distinctions, powering the creative abilities of generative AI. In short, the neural network is the digital brain behind AI's creativity. Generative adversarial networks, or GANs, are a clever way AI creates realistic images. Picture two AIs, the generator, forging fake images, and the discriminator, trying to spot the fakes. At first, the generator's images are obvious fakes, and the discriminator easily catches them. But with each round, the generator learns from feedback, improving its fakes, while the discriminator sharpens its detection skills. This back and forth is a digital arms race, each AI pushing the other to get better. After millions of rounds, the generator's images become so convincing that the discriminator can't tell real from fake. At this point, the generator can create endless, original, and realistic images. This adversarial process is what made AI-generated content so believable. It's a powerful example of how competition, even between algorithms, drives creativity. GANs are the engine behind some of the most impressive AI art and imagery today. For language, AI uses a breakthrough called the transformer. Earlier models struggled with long-term context, but transformers use attention to focus on the most relevant words, even across sentences. This means the AI can remember that she refers to the queen from earlier in a story. At its core, a language model predicts the next word, one at a time based on everything it's read. Trained on massive amounts of text, it learns which words are likely to follow others. Given a prompt, it generates sentences that are statistically plausible and often creative. The attention mechanism lets it weave together coherent, context-rich responses, writing poems, answering questions, or coding. It's not just random guessing, it's building meaning from context. The transformer's ability to track long, intricate threads of language is what makes modern chatbots and AI writers so powerful. This architecture is the backbone of today's language-generating AI. Diffusion models are behind much of today's stunning AI art. The process starts by adding noise to an image until it's pure static, then training the AI to reverse the process, removing noise to recover the original. The model becomes an expert at denoising, learning what real images look like in fine detail. To create new art, the AI starts with random noise and a text prompt, like a majestic lion with a crown of stars. Guided by the prompt, it gradually removes noise, shaping the chaos into a detailed image. Step by step, outlines and features emerge, until a brand new picture appears from the static. This technique allows for incredible detail and creative control. It's like teaching AI to sculpt images from pure imagination and randomness. Diffusion models are revolutionizing how we generate art from scratch. AI-generated art has transformed the creative process for artists and designers. With a simple text prompt, artists can instantly explore dozens of visual ideas, styles, and compositions. It's like having a super-fast assistant who's studied every art style in history. Concept artists can quickly generate starting points for projects, like futuristic cities or surreal landscapes, saving days of work. The artist's vision and skill are still essential. AI is a tool for brainstorming and rapid prototyping. AI art has even won competitions, sparking debates about authorship and creativity. But not every result is perfect. AI's odd mistakes, like extra fingers or spaghetti faces, reveal its alien logic. These quirks remind us that AI interprets the world differently, learning from data, not experience. The partnership between human imagination and AI's generative power is redefining what's possible in art. In this new era, AI is both muse and collaborator, expanding the boundaries of creativity. Now let's turn up the volume and talk about music. Just like with visual art, generative AI is making some serious waves in the music industry. Modern AI models can compose complex, emotionally resonant music in virtually any genre you can imagine. You can ask for a funky bass line for a disco track, a sad, cinematic piano melody, or even a full orchestral score. The AI, having learned from countless hours of music, can generate original compositions. For musicians and producers, this is an incredible new instrument to play with. A songwriter struggling with a chord progression can use an AI to generate a few ideas. Some platforms even allow you to hum a simple melody into your microphone and the AI will harmonize it. This lowers the barrier to entry for music creation. We've already seen some amazing successes in this space, like entire albums composed with AI. Researchers even used AI to complete unfinished symphonies by famous composers. But just like with art, there are some funny and strange outcomes when AI tries to make music. These imperfect moments show the challenges AI faces in capturing the true soul and emotion of music. Moving to the world of text, generative AI is having a big impact. AI can write stories, poems, articles, emails, and even computer code. These large language models are like having a library and a team of writers available at your fingertips. For a writer, this can be an incredible tool for overcoming writer's block. The applications are endless and are already being used everywhere. AI models have written short stories that have been published in literary magazines. However, the world of AI writing is also filled with pitfalls. One of the biggest problems is hallucination, when the AI confidently makes up facts that are untrue. These moments are a crucial reminder that we need to be critical thinkers and fact-check the output. Beyond art, music, and writing, generative AI is being used in wild and wonderful ways. Think about comedy. The results are mixed. Then you have design and fashion. AI is generating new clothing designs and even sneaker concepts, speeding up the creative process. This extends to more playful experiences. We're seeing AI-powered dungeon masters for tabletop role-playing games. People are using AI to generate new recipes. Generative AI is a creativity multiplier. It's a universal tool applicable to almost any field where new ideas are valuable. From art to joke-telling and recipe creation, it's giving us new ways to express ourselves and solve problems. The successes are inspiring, showing us a future of augmented human creativity. And the failures, they're important. AI's generative powers are now tackling some of science's biggest challenges. Scientists are using it to dream up new molecules and materials. Think drug discovery. Scientists describe a perfect drug to an AI. The AI, having learned chemistry and biology, generates designs for brand new molecules. This could speed up finding cures and getting life-saving medicines to people faster. The same principle applies to materials science. Researchers use AI to invent recipes for new materials. It's helping discover new alloys and compounds for breakthroughs in energy and manufacturing. AI models have designed new proteins for vaccines and enzymes. This is a profound shift. The AI is becoming a creative scientific partner, helping us create the building blocks of a better future. Let's switch gears to the virtual world. The video game industry is where creativity and technology collide, and generative AI is poised to start a revolution. Creating vast, detailed game worlds has been incredibly labor-intensive, but generative AI is changing the rules. Imagine a game where the world is generated for you as you play. AI can create endless, unique landscapes and cities on the fly. Beyond just the environment, AI can now generate quests, stories, and characters. It's also making them smarter and more realistic. Think about simulations. Generative AI can make these simulations far more powerful. For instance, an AI could generate thousands of realistic virtual drivers for a traffic simulation. This could help us design better, less congested cities. Game developers are already using AI tools to help them generate textures and create realistic animations. Worlds are co-created in real time by an AI in partnership with the player. Generative AI is emerging as a universal problem-solving tool. It's becoming a digital Swiss Army knife for innovation. Take engineering, for example. An AI knows the laws of physics and material properties. Give it a problem, like designing the lightest bracket to support a specific weight, and it will generate a solution. The AI's designs often look alien. When tested, they are often stronger, lighter, and more efficient than human designs. This generative design is used by companies like Airbus and Volkswagen. This extends to software. Trained on billions of lines of code, AIs have learned programming languages well. Describe a function in plain English, and the AI generates working code in seconds, boosting programmer productivity. AI can find bugs, explain code, or translate languages. This democratization of coding allows people to build their own applications. We've explored generative AI and its capabilities. Now let's consider its real-world benefits. It boosts creativity and productivity, amplifying human intellect. Artists can explore more ideas, programmers can build software faster. It democratizes skills, freeing us to focus on core ideas. This enables new industries and jobs. Generative AI is paving the way for new careers. It's an economic engine reshaping the job market. It also benefits education and accessibility. Imagine personalized AI tutors for every student, making high-quality education more accessible. Ultimately, it's a problem-solving partner for humanity's greatest challenges. Generative AI gives us a powerful new tool to tackle problems. With any powerful technology, there's a flip side. We must consider the challenges and ethical questions that come with generative AI. One concern is the potential for misuse, like creating realistic deepfakes to spread misinformation. How do we trust what we see when convincing fakes are easily made? AI can also hallucinate, presenting false information confidently, posing risks in areas like medical diagnosis or legal research. We need digital literacy to critically evaluate AI content. AI learns from the internet, absorbing biases and stereotypes. If we're not careful, AI can amplify these negative patterns. There are also questions about jobs and the economy. AI will create new jobs, but also displace others. Navigating this requires retraining, education, and societal conversation. AI's benefits are immense, but we must be thoughtful to ensure a better future for everyone. So, what have we learned on our journey today? We've pulled back the curtain on generative AI, this incredible world-changing technology that has seemingly burst out of science fiction and into our daily lives. We started by demystifying what it is. Not just a smart calculator, but a true creator, a digital dreamer that can generate entirely new content. We explored the genius ideas behind how it works, from the competitive game of GANs creating art, to the powerful attention of transformers writing stories, and the elegant chaos-to-order process of diffusion models. It's a technology that is not just recognizing our world, but is actively adding to it, creating things that have never existed before this moment. We then dove into the amazing things this new creative partner is already doing. We saw how it's acting as a muse for artists, a co-composer for musicians, and a tireless brainstorming partner for writers, pushing the boundaries of human expression. But we also saw that its reach extends far beyond the creative arts. It's becoming a crucial tool in the scientific lab, helping us invent new medicines and materials that could solve some of our biggest challenges. It's building endless, living worlds for us to explore in video games and simulations, and it's even acting as a universal problem solver, designing more efficient machines and writing the very code that powers our digital world. But as we've seen, this incredible power brings with it a new set of responsibilities. We've looked at the bright side, the massive potential for boosting human productivity, creating new industries, and tackling global problems. Yet we also have to navigate the flip side. We must be cautious of misinformation and deepfakes, be critical of the AI's tendency to make things up, and work diligently to ensure these systems are fair, unbiased, and don't amplify the worst parts of our society. The rise of generative AI isn't just a technological story, it's a human story about how we choose to build our future and what kind of world we want to live in with these powerful new tools. This is truly just the beginning of a new chapter in our relationship with technology. The questions are as big as the possibilities are exciting. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today here on Tech Curiosity Stream. If you enjoyed exploring the future with us, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have that notification bell turned on so you don't miss our next adventure. We're just scratching the surface of what's possible, and there's so much more to explore together. See you in the next video. Until then, stay curious.